Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. There we go. Okay, let's do it.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Hey guys, it's Jordan.
And this is Alan. And you're watching the Easily Jaded podcast.
What's up?
And on this episode, we're going to talk about the Reddit weekly recap. And on this recap, we're going to be talking about everything that we saw in the past week that we thought was interesting that you may not have seen when browsing Reddit.
True.
And I think to start us off, we're going to talk about something to do with VR. Is that right, Jordan?
Yeah, virtual reality learning. So I was scrolling through Reddit and I saw this interesting article that was submitted through University of Copenhagen's website. And they claim the next 2 to 3 years, schools across the globe will implement virtual learning environments. Now, me personally growing up, I remember it being in kindergarten and being on the computer and learning how to type through those like little video games. Did you guys have that growing up in your school?
Yes. Yeah, we did. In our small town, yes, we did.
Yeah, and like that shit was like the best thing ever. Like I loved going on the computer like every day and just typing up and just learning how to type, learning all the different things through there. And I was a very like visual learner, so this virtual reality learning environment I think will really help a lot of kids, especially because technology is like advancing like literally every second. There's something new popping up every day, every month. It's just like technology progresses the world, I feel like. So I thought this is pretty cool.
Yeah, the interesting part about it is that a lot of people, including me and Jordan, but it's all about that visual aid. And if you can have something in front of you, teachers do a great job, but like they don't want to listen to teachers. They want to like play a game, and if they play a game, they can learn from it. And it's something new. And with the new generations coming up, there's going to be a lot of new technology, and they're going to want to try it out, and it'll keep the students up to date with tech. I mean, you can't just use the same old. We're just advancing in the tech world.
A lot of stuff when I was even in like up to middle school and high school, a lot of stuff is also going online. Like, have you ever heard of Khan Academy?
Yes, I have.
That shit is also amazing. Like, I'm trash at math. I still count my fingers to this day. I'm not ashamed of it. Don't at me at all. Like, I fucking can't. I can do a little math in my head, but my fingers are my go-to every time. And Khan Academy definitely like helped me learn at my own pace, and that's what I like about online learning. It helps you learn at your own pace, and it's visual. It's very visual because when he teaches you, when you're using Khan Academy, not only are you just doing like problems and practicing, he has like sections where he like teaches you. He draws things out. He teaches you visually on the website on how to solve problems, and it's just, if anybody out there is either still taking classes for anything, I recommend it. He teaches math, science, basically all subjects of school, except for gym, obviously, because that's physical stuff. But
you just watch some football if you want to learn about physical fitness, but or basketball. But
whatever your prerogative is.
Yep. But as far as what I think about this is, I think it's awesome. I mean, I think this is cool. I think this is the way we need to go. It's gonna make kids smarter everywhere, and that'll really help the next millennials. And
oh yeah, for sure.
And they're the things that they'll get that obviously it's the same as every generation, but it's like the things they get, it's gonna make it so much easier, and it just gets better going up.
And interesting also about the article is like they're gonna be learning through virtual reality goggles, right? But they also have implemented this thing where they have 2 different type of teachers, and they say that they want to have females. They've been testing like females have a female teacher, and they tend to. That study they've done is that the female students learn better with a female virtual role model, and the males learn better with a robotic. It was like some type of like robotic like eye that was floating around. Something like very futuristic,
like a drone.
They're like kind of like a drone. Yeah, that's actually how they describe it. They called it a drone, and they said that males learn better from that virtual reality role model.
Yeah, I learned better from like a Star Wars drone.
Oh yeah, just because it kind of
Roger.
Whatever the student relates to more, I feel like boys love that futuristic, like imaginative type of stuff, whereas females. Oh, I can't really speak on females. I don't really know, but they
You used to be a female.
No, you used to be a female. No, actually, no. You are a female. How about that? But I mean, it seems that the article they suggest that females relate more and learn better from a female virtual role model. So, oh, that's pretty cool.
And the next topic we have is Jeff.
Oh, Jeff Bezos.
Yeah, so I don't know much about.
Yeah, good.
Oh, that's Amazon CEO.
Yeah, good segue, dude. Good segue.
yeah. I don't know much about him, but shit, I guess now I do.
Yeah. So, recent news: Jeff Bezos, the richest man in America, and I think even the world. Is it not? I don't think he's the richest man in the world, but
it's a lot of money.
Yeah, he's like worth like $140 billion or something like that, and $137 billion. I'm sorry, and he's divorcing his wife of 25 years. Now, I don't know if the man signed a prenuptial agreement, but I hope he did because he's about to lose half of his everything. I feel bad for that guy, but not really because I don't know. So I don't know if you know about it, but there was a screenshot going around Instagram and Twitter and stuff of the conversation between him and his alleged mistress or whatever like that. And it wasn't really a mistress because the female is also married. They're both married. And he was smart enough not to go on the DMs because everybody fucking can hack an Instagram DM. So it was smart just to text her through the phone. But basically, I guess the woman that he's having an affair with, her husband is like a FBI or CIA agent or some shit like that. And he saw his name in her phone somehow. I don't know why she put his full name, Jeff Bezos, in there and not like give him a little nickname like Jeffy or some shit like something a little bit more inconspicuous rather than fucking Jeff Bezos. Or maybe she did and he just fucking looked up his phone number or whatever like that. But either way, the guy finds who he is, and instead of like what I think he should have did was like fucking say, hey, look, I know you're talking to Jeff Bezos. Let's just see if we can get a free Amazon Prime account or some shit like that. get some free Amazon Prime shit and finesse the fuck out of Jeff Bezos. But I guess he wasn't having it. He's more noble than I, more respectable, and said, you know what? I'm just gonna put this all out there. Me and you are done. And now Jeff Bezos is in trouble with his wife or soon to be ex-wife, and now they're done, and he's about to lose half his fortune. I don't know.
Which is right. I mean, she probably helped him throughout the days of him starting that company out and whatnot.
She was out there shooting in the gym with him. Yeah,
but he can allegedly lose $67 billion upon the divorce.
Jeez.
So I mean,
she's about to be the America's richest female now. I think she's gonna surpass Oprah.
I mean, you can retire at that.
Yeah, you can retire the next 10 generations with that. Like nobody ever has to work.
Well, I don't know about the next 10 generations with inflation and all, but
it's $67 billion, Adam. Like as long as you invest it right and do, make your money work for you, they'll be well off for a while. I don't think her or her children's children or children's children will ever have to worry about a thing.
True, you're right. Yep.
Do you and Cass have a prenuptial agreement or no?
On as far as
in general, like, do you guys have a prenup or nah?
No.
Did you want to do a prenup or?
Nah.
You saying that because we're on air? Is that why you're saying that?
No.
You said, fuck it. If she leaves, she take half of my nothing, right?
I mean, a fresh start isn't always that bad.
True. That's true. If you were a man of his stature, would you want to sign a prenup? Like, say you had Amazon already, and you just met Cass, or you had Amazon before you got with Cass. Would you make her sign the prenup then, or what? Do you believe in prenuptial agreements?
I do to an extent, though. But like, as far as us, I mean, we have some stuff, but it's like she could probably take most of it, and I'll be okay with it. Like,
can I hold $5? What you mean you'd be okay with it?
I mean, like, if she took like all of our stuff, if that were to happen, she wouldn't be the person to be like, I'm taking everything. She'd be like, all right, let's split it.
Okay. So who gets the cats and the dog?
We talked about this. I get the big cat. She
Okay.
gets the little cat.
Is that
I get
the-
the big dog. She gets the little dog.
Is the little cat the one that just got her declawed?
Yeah, she's the one that annoys the shit out of me, but she's cute, so I guess.
Okay. All right. Well, it depends on where I'm at in life. I believe in prenuptial agreements, but if I don't have shit and she got shit, I mean, if she don't want to sign nothing, I ain't gonna sign nothing. You know what I'm saying? But if I had established myself financially and business wise and all that type of stuff, I would want a prenuptial agreement. I mean, that sounds kind of sexist, I know, but I don't know. That's just me. Nah. If she had been established before I met her, then yeah, I would be down to sign a prenuptial agreement. I'm just being edgy. Let me stop.
Yeah.
I saw on top that you posted. You were talking about the opioid. Speaking of big businessmen, the opioid. I guess the CEO of Ibsen.
Yes.
He pled guilty to his opioid drug use or something like that.
Yeah. So that was just that's a pretty big read right there. And with the whole opioid crisis going on right now, I mean, he's going to be facing some time in prison. I mean, at least, I think on that thing it said 25 years in prison.
And he was caught with a bunch of opioid, like opium or something like that, or
opium. I believe so. So what happened right there was, wasn't he was prescribing opioids to people.
Oh,
it's
okay.
a hard word to say.
Yeah, to sway.
And it's a hard word to say sometimes, but he was prescribing those to people and that didn't need it. And holy shit, yeah, I'm reading it right now, and it's like 47,000 overdose deaths in 2017
due to
that
opioids.
was just due to opioids, and he probably played a big factor in that. I mean, that's nuts. Like,
is the opioid epidemic hitting Nebraska pretty bad?
Oh yeah,
Is it?
It's terrible.
Really?
It's bad. Like, people get prescribed this stuff and then they just sell it.
Oh really? Like, is it really heavy in your area, or is it certain areas in Nebraska?
Yeah, you'll see people on OxyContin, and like I've met a few people that have some OxyContin just laying around that they take whenever they need it. Not when they need it, but when they want it.
Right. Yeah. I would assume it's in Chicago like that. I'm not really big into knowing about the drug usage here in the city of Chicago.
I take Benadryl. That's about it.
I'm pretty sure it's just big here. If anything, probably bigger here than it is in Nebraska.
Oh yeah.
It's been it seems like every 10 years, like every decade, there's a new epidemic. You know, from like the 70s, the 80s, they had the crack cocaine epidemic. I think
now it's
90s was the crack heroin epidemic. Yeah, and now here, I mean, I skipped a decade.
Yeah, 25 years in prison. Yeah.
Jeez.
I mean, I feel like it should be more, but I guess it's not. There's no conclusive data that just says, he's done this many times to people that didn't need it, and he was just kind of being the cool guy, like.
Well, I feel bad for those who had stock in Ibsen because
yeah,
those it definitely. Oh, not Ibsen, it's Insys.
Insys.
Sorry. Yeah. It definitely dropped quite a few points. I'm pretty sure in the stock market because
he was given a fentanyl, which is an opiate 100 times stronger than morphine.
Holy
100 times. That is crazy.
Even in smaller dosage.
Yeah, it just says it's 100 times stronger than morphine. So I'm assuming like 1-to-1 comparison.
Yeah, that's
it's
true.
That's fucking crazy.
Motherfuckers be high as fuck.
Yeah. Incest and August said it agreed to pay at least $150 million as a part of a settlement with the U.S. Justice Department. The company has said it has taken steps to ensure it operates legally going forward.
You would think that they would operate legally from the get-go. What the fuck?
Yeah. To start up a company, hey, you guys are gonna, that's fucking nuts.
Yeah. I don't know. Those white-collar crimes, that's a whole nother monster in itself. I don't know.
The government.
Yeah.
The government wanted it.
Our next topic would be, let's see what we're talking about. Oh, I thought this was pretty funny and pretty cool and pretty interesting. The robotic dildo barred from top tech showcase, prompting sexism claims. So there was this ground at the CES. I don't know if do you follow CES at all, Alan?
Say that one more time.
Do you follow CES at all?
No.
You know what it is, though, right?
Yes, but
Okay.
I don't follow them.
Well, for those who don't know what CES is, it's basically a showcase of just new technology. For instance, at CES this year, Uber.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. Uber announced their first official air taxi. Guess how much that shit goes for one ride?
Where to where though?
I didn't see where to where, but
Did they go state to state?
I don't. You know what? It might just because the way the aircraft looked, but it costs basically $1,000 for a trip from point A to point B. I'm assuming that has to be from state to state though.
Is it round trip or?
It didn't say. They just said that they know that a trip would be $999 from Uber, but that's besides the point. Basically, this article talks about how there was I would say a revolutionary dildo made. I think it's made of new micro robotic technology that mimics all of the sensations of a human mouth, tongue, and fingers for an experience that feels just like a real partner. Now, I don't know how you are in the seg, but Jesus Christ, that sounds like it's gonna fucking change the game for a lot of guys. We gotta step our fucking game up.
Step it up.
Step it up. We gotta step it up. We gotta take some cunnilingus classes or something, cause Jesus fucking Christ. But yeah, so they showcased the new revolutionary micro robotic technology dildo, right? And they were running an award for it. They put it out there, but they weren't able to showcase it on the actual floor. They won an award for it, but they couldn't put it out there. Deemed by CTA in their sole discretion to be immoral, obscene, indecent, profane, or not in keeping with CTA's image will be disqualified. So basically, the dildo was like, no, that's not cool. Even though it is revolutionary, we don't want it out on the floor. And I can see why they could say that's sexist because I mean the people who created it were all female. The scientists or whatever you want to call it, the engineers were all female, of course, because I don't see any guy making a revolutionary dildo like that. Do you?
No. I did see on there though that there's that last year they did the VR thing for men that they can just literally walk around and watch porn.
Oh, the virtual reality, virtual reality porn.
They did that last year, and
didn't you try that out one time? You said.
Yeah, one time.
That was it.
And it was kind of strange.
What was strange about it?
It was kind of like, man, this is, I don't know. It was kind of like, it's not really. How do I describe it to you? It was like, so you're standing there, and the most interesting part about it was looking around at the surroundings and just going, "Wow, that's a cool shelf you have over there." Like, wow, that's an Xbox? Like, cool, dude. Like,
but how would it work? Like, was you just watching them have sex, or is it like POV? Like there's POV. I know it was POV, but I know there's other stuff out there. I haven't turned on my Oculus in like 3 months. Oh, okay.
I don't even have it hooked up to this computer. It's I don't know. It's more than like a niche thing. Like, it's cool. It's like a Wii. It was fun to try out like for the first time, and then it was kind of like, all right, it's kind of inconvenient.
Yeah.
There's so much shit you have to do. And...
All right, here's the real groundbreaking question though: did you jerk off to it though?
No. No. I was sitting there with one of my buddies, and we were just like,
whoa! Like, you had a guy there watching the VR porn with you.
Yeah, we were just like,
sus,
he was
bro.
like, what is this? What does porn look like?
That's hella sus.
Do you want to see? So he downloaded it.
Yeah.
And we looked at it and we were just laughing our asses off, like looking around at the fucking surroundings and shit. Because it's cool. Because like you can have it hooked up to the TV and you can see what he's seeing, and I can see, you know.
Yeah. No.
And so
I get it.
we're just talking about it and just laughing our fucking asses off.
Basically,
no, I've never. That's a no go for me. I don't know, having goggles on my head and shit. I don't know.
Basically, you just told me you got a circle jerk. I can read between the lines. It's okay.
No.
A virtual circle jerk.
If you want to say that, yeah. But.
So 10 out of 10 recommend or no?
Probably like if you've never done it before, probably give it like a 7 out of 10.
Okay.
Just watch it. Just give it a shot. It's really you'll know what I mean when you do, because it'll be like, yeah, this is totally niche. Like
right,
there's
so
nothing.
When I come down in Nebraska, I'm gonna use it. Okay, just let you know.
So I'll let you try it out. I'll leave the room.
Yeah, definitely leave the room. You know, leave the cats though. Leave the cats because they need to watch. They need to watch.
She got fixed, so she's good. But on that note, about that whole thing about the new toy that's out for women, that's nuts. Like that really makes you think. Like fuck, like. Yeah. My wife gets a hold of that. Like, I gotta
even get no coochie for like at least a couple months if she ever gets that. And that's like part of the whole new wave of like sex bots, right? Have you seen those? The male and female sex bots? I think that was like last year that they talked about how the new female sex bot will like be revolutionary. Like she felt real. So they gave her some type of like I forget what kind of skin it was, like, you know, some type of rubber or siliconic
they get my
rubber.
Decked out with alligator skin.
That's gross, dude. That's some freaky shit. Like an alligator.
I want the inside laced with alligator.
That's roughing your penis, actually. Wait, alligator hide?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's roughing your penis, dude. That you definitely coming out there.
Yeah, I like it.
With a red dick. It's already pink. You're coming out red.
Black below the waist. I told you this.
No, you're not. But, okay, whatever.
But let's move on to another topic. That was an interesting topic.
Yeah.
But let's bump it into the. There was a child.
No. We can't go from robotic dildo to that topic, bro. How about go to the California gender ban one then? That's just wrong. So, yeah. And then we go to the child one, dude.
Okay. California bans gender and setting car insurance rates. What that pretty much means in overall is that, you know how males have typically higher insurance than females because we are more likely to crash. Well, it's going to change that. So,
which I disagree with, because
I agree with it.
Have you ever crashed?
No.
Has Cass ever crashed?
No.
Do you know any like females that have crashed? Got in accidents?
Yeah, I know male and female, but what I'm saying is it should be treated equal.
Okay, yeah, I agree with that part, but I'm just saying I feel like I disagree with the part of males being more likely to get into an accident than females.
That's what I'm saying. That's what California did, is they banned it so that women and men are equal.
Yeah. So if anything, they should have just lowered it instead of raising it, which I think is just...
Well, that's pretty much what they did, but they raised it for women.
Okay. They raised it for women, but lowered it overall.
They lowered it. They didn't lower anything. They just raised it for women so it matches men. Mm-hmm. So if you're in a household and you're with family, your insurance is going to go up. Mm. If you have, maybe a daughter and then your wife,
yeah,
it's going to go up. But if you're just like a single dude, you're just going to stay the same. If you're a single woman, it's going to go up. That's pretty much what it is. And I feel like it's a right call. Like,
does Nebraska have that implemented too there or no?
No. My insurance is fucking sky high. Cass's is not. She has never been in a wreck, and I've never had a ticket. She's never had a ticket. Never been in a wreck. I don't know. It's so stupid.
I don't own a car, so I don't have those problems.
Change I don't know what the fuck I was saying, but yeah, it's just so silly that we have to pay more and they don't for no reason, and it's just because like, oh well, statistically, this and that, but it should just go off of like, it should start a fresh slate for everybody and just go, this is what the base is, this is what you pay, That's it. But no, it's like, men, you pay this, but girls, everything's the same. You know, gender equality.
Yeah.
That's what everyone wants.
Do you think car insurance is a scam?
Do I think car insurance is a scam?
Yeah.
Yes.
Why? Okay. Why do you think that?
Because you have to have it.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand you have to have it when you have a loan out on the vehicle, yeah. But you have to have it even when you don't, which it's kind of a fail-safe, but it's like, it's so... Maybe I don't want car insurance on my fully paid off car, but you have to have like liability at least.
Mm-hmm. It's better to be caught with it than without it, though. It's all I hear. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have a car, so I don't have those problems. I don't have those issues,
But see, I pay insurance every month for me and Cass, and it's for just me and Cass, my wife. It's $240.
Jeez.
A month.
Okay, that sucks.
Just us two. That's it. I think hers is $90.
How many cars you guys got?
Two. And hers is $90.
When you had your boat, was that also included in your insurance or no?
Yeah, but that one we put under Cass's name because, I mean, why not? And boats really don't have that bad of insurance. It was like $30.
Oh, okay.
But cars, on the other hand, motorcycles get even worse.
Yeah, no, because they're just a lot more reckless driving a motorcycle.
Yeah. Do you see any other states adopting this policy?
I don't have a car, so I just don't even really care to even look at car insurance rates. I don't even know that Chicago even implements it.
No, California is the first one.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
California is the first one, but do I see any other states applying it? Yeah, I mean, once one state does it, some other states will join in.
Oh, he's saying, do I think that other states? Oh, okay, I get what you're saying. I mean, if it's in California, yeah. If it's in California, definitely. Just because California tends to usually be like the what do they call it? The test state. You know what I mean? Like everything starts in California. It seems like, for instance, marijuana. Even though it was kind of big in Denver first,
it's pretty much started. It was fully legalized in Washington and Denver first.
But California just has that look.
They had medically.
Yeah, they have that look and they have that. So when people think of weed, they think of California. You know what I'm saying?
I think Colorado.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that too.
Recreational, maybe, but
yeah. I'm just saying,
I like that.
California usually because California was the first state to implement gay marriage. So there's that. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm just saying, like, my whole point is California is kind of that test state, and everybody else sees how it goes there, and then they implement it elsewhere. So yeah, I can see it happening if it goes well. If it makes money for the corporations, then I go with that.
Yeah, well, should we move on to the subject of the good stuff?
Yeah, this is a fucked up topic, but also it has a good ending.
So this topic's about a child porn ringleader who was beaten to death at a detention center, authorities say. Now, what is your views on this? What do you think? How do you feel about this?
Well, I said it was fucked up because he's a child porn ringleader. And I don't know if you know, but they call him a ringleader because he's probably the head of a child pornography community in which men and maybe women trade photos and videos of naked children, maybe doing other things depending on how deep it goes. And I hate that. Like, child pornography, it's like the most perverted, most like evil thing. Honestly, that and rape are like the top two. Rape and murder are like the three crimes that I think are unforgivable. Like, and
being the mastermind of the ringleader or the ring. I mean, do I see that as a positive of this all happening? I'm never for murder.
He definitely deserves it, in my opinion.
But he definitely deserved it because that will hopefully try to keep some other people that are thinking about that kind of stuff like, oh shit, if I ever get caught, I'm probably gonna get beat to death.
Nah, that's not how that works, dude. They definitely that's not how that works, especially when it comes to that, because people like to argue that
If you go to jail though, and usually the inmates hear about what you've done before you get in there. So, you know, there's people in there that have been in there for like robbery and whatever, and then they hear a guy coming in there that's a ringleader for child porn. They're gonna be like, oh, we gotta fuck this guy up. Like, I have a daughter, you know. They have kids.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I mean, you would think it deters them, but I feel like it doesn't deter them. It just thinks like, okay, I gotta be smarter about this. I can't get caught, and so they just get more like it's. I mean, I hate to say it, but the way they do things is like really clever, witty, and like they know how to hide shit, and it's sick. It's really sick because it can be anybody, dude. I mean, granted, freaking Law and Order is definitely like fucked my head up towards this, and like made me hate it even more so because they get really like detailed in how it works in Law and Order, but that shit is just nasty, dude.
Like right here, he was sentenced about a month ago, and he was already beaten to death.
He was already beaten to death after a month of being sentenced?
Yeah.
Jeez.
They hunted girls, they lied to girls, they manipulated girls, and they did this repeatedly for years, victimizing more than 100 girls, only a fraction of whom have been positively identified. So that means like they can't even identify some of them, which means...
That's what I'm saying, dude. It's fucked up how they do shit, man. It really is, and it's nasty. Have you seen those posts where they try to say that they try to... Cause you know how the LGBTQ community is like a thing? They want
Isn't it pretty bad in Chicago?
What? Child pornography?
No, the LGBTQ community.
What do you mean it's pretty bad?
So I had a friend that lived in Chicago, and they said you don't want to join that community there just because... I'm not against it, but they said if you join it in Chicago, like they transform you and make you do like sexual works. And
I've never heard of that.
That's just what I heard from...
I'm not part of that. I'm not really part of that community, so I wouldn't even really...
Well, I didn't figure you were...
I don't really keep up with it either, but I hope it's not that bad. That sounds really fucked up if it is.
That's what she said. She said that like she couldn't go out past like dark because she was afraid, like by herself, because she was afraid that somebody would take her. And she said it was an issue. We might have to talk about that someday. But
yeah, but anyway, they tried to make the child pornography community tried to make it so that they could also be part of that LGBTQ.
Oh god,
like a thing. Yeah, they try to say, oh yeah, we should have rights too, because they like to say that being attracted to children is like a natural thing, or some type of... They try to say this natural thing and it's right, or they try to say it's like an illness or some shit like that. Either way, it's really nasty how they try to do that, dude. It's just nasty as fuck, and it just pisses me off.
The day that happens and becomes...
Dude, that's a slippery slope, dude. It's a slippery fucking slope, and yeah, I hope that never happens, because that's just... Granted, I get it. In this day and age, it's like different from before, like the early 19th century or whatever like that. There were men marrying children, like 16-year-old, 14-year-old girls and shit like that, and they would be 32. And I get it. I'm not saying it's okay, because I don't think it's okay, but at that time, that was how society worked. Even up until the 20th century, early 1900s. You know, that people during like World War I and World War II, like military men were marrying younger females, underage females. But it's still just nasty, dude. Like, speaking of, hold on. Have you heard about this R. Kelly shit?
Oh yeah.
Have you seen the series at all? Like, it's a whole 6-episode series about him.
Actually, there was another Reddit post we should have talked about, but there was something talking about the R. Kelly situation, and then how that should not deter you about Chris Brown being Chris Brown still. That's kind of funny.
Yeah, it's funny, but it's still it's really fucked up. It's crazy how they shine a light on him. It's so many victims that he's had, and people have been supporting this man for the longest, dude. And it's like... And people like to say, okay, what about the adults around him? Why didn't anybody say anything? And I'm playing devil advocates here, but say you worked with R. Kelly, right? He made you a lot of... I mean, I'm not gonna say that, because I know you wouldn't do it. But I guess my point is saying is like people who work with him, he's made them a lot of money. He had a lot of power at one point. He had a lot of influence at one point. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, should they open their mouth? They should open their mouth and like tell what's going on. But at the same time, they were thinking about, okay, he had a lot of influence. Like if I try to say something, he can just silence me. He can get somebody to silence me. He can ruin my whole life. He can ruin my whole career. Like he can make me rock bottom. All this type of stuff. So I mean, I get why people didn't say anything, but at the same time, it's just like, would you like you have somebody has to step up in those type of situations because it's not right. It really isn't. And he's been doing this for years, and now he's on the run. Like he's going to take the state trying to like avoid the police, and God, it's ridiculous, dude. And now they're gonna do a fucking documentary on HBO about Michael Jackson and the children that he allegedly, slept with and did things with. This whole era of getting people exposed. Excuse me. Give me 1 second. I get some water. Whew. Sorry. This whole era. Holy fuck.
This whole era.
Holy shit! What the fuck is wrong with me? Ugh.
Dude, I think
we're cutting this out, by the way, this part. But this whole era, this whole era of just exposing people is good because we need to get this shit out, and people need to know what's going on in Hollywood and in these big corporations like Harvey Weinstein and shit like that, like Bill Cosby. It's empowering people to speak up, so I like it a lot. And I'm glad this is happening. And it's just really nasty to hear what's going on in that type of environment, you know? But what were you going to say, though? Sorry.
Well, I was going to say, let's kind of go back to that old post and just kind of give it a little wrap up real quick and say, what do you think about that ringleader? You think that was cool? You think that the inmates probably did the right thing?
That murdering him was cool?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean
he deserves it.
The inmates, yeah.
Yeah, he definitely deserved it.
There is some kind of dictation there happening in the prison. You know it, and you know that the security guards and just guards in general just don't. They're like, you know what? Let them do it.
Yeah, because it hits home. It hits home, especially if you have kids.
Yeah. I mean, like those prisoners, inmates, they have kids, most probably. The security guards, they probably have kids as well, you know, and then they get this guy coming in that's been doing all this shit, did it for years, allegedly, and, you know, fucking let them at it. Let them do what they need to do.
Yeah.
And then, I wouldn't say kill him, I'd say beat the fuck out of him and let him suffer.
Oh, yeah, actually, yeah, that's another thing, yeah, I agree with that. I don't say murder the man, but, I mean, even though he deserves it, but he also deserves to suffer.
To rot.
If anything, just beat his ass every fucking day for the rest of his fucking life.
Yeah, they just gave him an easy way out, kind of. But yeah, he's gone. That's one less to worry about. He's not on taxpayers' money.
True. Yeah.
So, but
that's $33K a year that we saved.
Yeah, but I say to wrap this up, we're gonna do a top post of the week. On
a lighter note, on a better positive note.
We're gonna on a positive note here. We're gonna do the top post of the week, which is a good one this week. It's titled "Little Bro had been saving up for a PS4, so Big Bro surprises him with one on his birthday." And it was just his kid, you know, the kid opening up the birthday present box.
Right.
And you just see him opening it up, and then he starts crying, and you know, it's one of those like wholesome kind of things that you like to see, and
yeah, it's cute. It feels good.
We go from like this child porn ringleader to this kid opening up a PS4, and it's just so wholesome.
Yeah, it makes you feel like there is right in the world when that type of stuff.
Yeah, there is right in the world, and
yeah,
you know.
So it was his big brother that bought it for him.
Big Bro bought him the PS4 for his birthday because he's been saving up for one. Obviously, he hadn't had one yet. Big Bro was like, "Here, I got you."
Nice. Well, look,
that's one of the best things you can do. If you ever have a sibling or like even your mother, father, or a friend, and they're struggling because the kid was obviously struggling to get a PS4 because he still didn't have one.
How long was he
And,
saving?
you know,
How long had he been saving for?
It didn't say anything on there, but
I'm
if you
assuming
go
for a
check
while
out-
because he don't have a job. So
Yeah,
I'm assuming
yeah.
for a while.
I remember doing that when I was a kid for Xbox 360. I was mowing lawns, but in the comments of that,
How much were you charged? How much were you charged for?
$20 a lawn,
$20 a lawn. How often did you do that?
once a week.
Once a week? Like how
I
many
had
lawns?
I had about 4 lawns. So
Oh, okay. So you're making like
$100 a week.
800. Yeah. Ugh, can't count. $100 a week. See, that's why you need Khan Academy because I still can't do math in my head.
Use your fingers.
There
But,
you go.
but on the comments to that little GIF, there's a bunch of people that just have a whole bunch of heartfelt, stuff that they did for their brother, their friend, their mom, their dad, about saving up money for them and then buying it for them. And
Have you ever done anything like that?
have I ever done anything like that to somebody? No. But it makes me feel like I should.
Yeah.
It's just one of those. It's kind of. I guess, if you can say that I did it with my wife, I guess.
What do you do for your wife?
Well, I buy her tons of stuff.
Oh yeah, didn't you buy her an oven, dude? Which I think is
Yeah.
sexist, by the way. What are you saying? She belongs in
She
the
wanted
kitchen?
a new oven.
Look,
You said that.
No, she didn't want. No, she said, "Alan, I want me the nanotechnology robotic dildo." You said, "Fuck that! You getting this oven, lady."
No, she ain't. I ain't buying that. My world's gonna end if I get that.
Me personally, I would love to do that for somebody, but I've never done that for anybody.
Imagine just doing that though. Like, you get all the enjoyment of them. Like, holy shit! Like, thank you.
Yeah,
And then they have all that money they've been saving for whatever it is.
yeah,
They could use it on something else.
true. Yeah, like he should invest his money in something or something.
Yeah,
Start saving up or something
Yeah, put a war bonds. But
for war bonds. Jeez.
But yeah, that's pretty much gonna be it, unless you have anything else.
Is there any other topics that I saw? No, that was it for me.
It was it for me as well.
Well, I guess we can end the podcast from there. I would like to say thanks to those who came to our channel and listen to our first episode. Thank you for the positive feedback. We're gonna only continue growing from here. We appreciate every single one of you guys, and make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment. That's the first time I ever said that.
And yeah, we're gonna take you guys through a ride. It'll be a fun time. It'll be a fun ride. And just keep in touch with us. Let us know how we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll make sure to provide.
We'll only get better.
So, if that's it,
All right.
say thank you. And
Thank
we'll
you.
see you guys on the next episode.
Thanks for listening to Easily Jaded Podcast, guys.